High fly ball out to left field. Should have this one. And there's one down. Time now to take a look at the Orioles lineup put together by manager Brandon Hyde. The challenge for him today, Singy, elevating the baseball against this sinker baller that's on the mound.
Yeah, that's the challenge, but it also might affect the way they approach base running in this one, Boog. You get a runner on first, you anticipate trajectory down, and when the ball's in the dirt with a good secondary lead, you break for second. So whether it's a stolen base or not, you stay out of the double play, get that runner in a scoring position, and that can help you put more runs on the board.
BID, ball in dirt. One down, base is empty. To the right side, Alonso. And he handles it himself for the out. Here's Adley Rutschman, a switch hitter batting right. Rutschman measures 6 feet 2 inches, 230 pounds, and he's a former Gold Glover in the American League. Here comes the 0-1. Right through there for a strike.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
2 outs, base is empty. Next offering upstairs.
It's a good take.
The 1-2.
No, that's out.
That one missed.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Toss to Alonso, and that is the inning. Middle of the first, no score. Back at Citizens Bank Park, and on the mound now, Blake Snell. What should we keep an eye on here?
4-pitch guy, he's got some options to work with in terms of keeping hitters off balance. So we'll see how he decides to utilize those weapons through this start here, and whether or not he's able to mix them all in early, or if he wants to hold something back a little bit later, maybe second, third time through the order, and give them something they haven't seen. It's tough when you know a guy's got that in his back pocket. As a hitter, you really have to stay on your toes.
And there's a fly ball deep right field. You can kiss it goodbye. That one felt good. It's 1-0. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. There was a fastball down the middle. I don't think the hitter recognized the pitch, but once he did, was quick enough to get it in play with some authority and got that up and out of here.
This is Bryson Stott. And that drops in for a strike.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
The lefty fires.
Oh. 21.
The real threats are coming up. Already giving up a home run in this inning. It's going to really have to bear down.
Wouldn't chase that time.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Next offering in there for a strike. It's 2-2. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in Game 2 of the World Series. And another ball. On the ground to third, and that chance handled. Tosses across to first, and that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. And time now for the Phillies lineup. And now here is Harper. There's a strike.
Go ball. 1 strike.
The pitch. And a foul ball. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Out number 2.
Well, that's a curveball that people like to describe as a hammer or Uncle Charlie, and you can see why. It's not a looping slow curve. He throws it hard, and it gets plenty of bite on the end.
Pete Alonso in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. The 0-1. That one fouled off. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. But they're off to a good start as they pick up a run on this solo shot. It's an early 1-0 lead. You're watching the World Series on the show. Second inning set to go. And now the center fielder, Luis Robert. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on-base and slugging too.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power, but then if this hitter gets a strike or 2 on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
Wouldn't chase that time.
3-0.
Next offering is in for a strike. Let's talk about great individual postseasons. One that really sticks out to me is Ricky Anderson in 1989. He hit .441 with 3 homers and 11 stolen bases, leading Oakland to a World Series championship.
It's tough after falling behind a hitter, 2 balls and no strikes, but now at least he gets a fresh start against a new batter. But he needs to get back into the strike zone and start pitching with conviction.
Here's Ryan Mountcastle. Finds its way through, base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. I know it was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
And here is Matt Chapman. And the pitch is in for a strike. Going on.
Man, when I think about great postseason performances, hard to top Carlos Beltran in 2004. 8 homers and 6 steals in 12 games with the Houston Astros. He didn't even get to play in the World Series that year.
That's a little bit low.
Larry Bullard making the calls behind the plate for us in this one. Pretty good strike zone. Well reviewed by those we talked to around the league.
Yeah, he's an umpire. He doesn't get a lot of looks from players, maybe here and there once in a while, but he's appreciated back there. Fastball almost got him there.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
The Orioles down by a run here in game 2. That's in there, and that is strike 2. Right back to the mound. Could be an easy 2. Good feed. That's 1. Over to Alonso. Double play.
Great job on the mound, fielding his position and making a good throw to second to get the double play started. Far too often we see pitchers have a hard time with that throw, but no issues right there. That's good practice paying off in a game and resulting in 2 big outs.
Now it's Brendan Rodgers. Right through there for a strike. So after a double play, he's trying to picked up his teammate and tie this game. Two outs. A swing and a miss as he chases way out of the zone. Cuts and misses. That's a strikeout.
A lot of adrenaline. We can see it right there. And sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Bottom of the second. Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here.
The designated hitter, Kyle Schwarber.
Here comes a pitch. And that's outside. And that's ball one. Snell, a former Cy Young Award winner. He features a four-seam fastball, a curve, a changeup, and he works in a slider. Right down the chute, and it's a ball and a strike.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Left-hand batter waits. And now the count is even. And another ball. 3-2 now. Swings and misses, struck him out.
I got to think that was the plan all the way. He's setting up with a high fastball and then bury that curveball down low to get him swinging. Now, especially with how effective pitchers work up in the zone these days, that's a devastating combination.
Harry Ford in the box now. No balls and a strike. High in the air, out to right. Cowser snags it, and there are two outs.
Batting seven. No left field.
Two outs, base is empty. And digging in for Philadelphia, Brandon Marsh. He's someone that really beats up on right-handed pitching. The lefties, however, give him a little bit more trouble. And that one's a little bit low. Ball one. Hit in the air, left field. Hayes has it sized up. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And that is that. Nothing across here this half. We head on down to the top of the third. It's the Phillies 1 and the Orioles nothing. New inning getting started, and now it's Austin Hayes.
The left field, Austin Hayes.
Suarez back to work. That clips a corner. And that's in there at the knees.
Oh, this guy's so comfortable hitting with two strikes. Even a good pitch early in the at-bat. If he's not ready to pull the trigger, he's not worried if he gets to an 0-2 count.
And here it comes. Good eye in that spot.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, you look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
The pitch. This ball's chopped to the ground. Toss to Alonso. Leadoff man retired here in the third.
Batting up. The right fielder,
Colton Cowser, the next to hit for the Orioles. Bunting for a hit. He pops it up. He's got it. 2 away now. Well, he gave the bunt a shot there, but not able to execute.
Yeah, I think he rushed it a little bit, and when guys rush, it can be a pop-up or it can be bunted right back at a position player.
De La Cruz stands in now and watches strike one. Swing and a miss.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
That one just missing inside. And a count 1-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
He goes down looking. 3 up, 3 down for him there. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Phillies 1 and the Orioles nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark as we go to the last of the 3rd. And now for the Phillies, Johan Rojas. That one finds the zone. It's 0-1. Just missed.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And now the lefty. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt.
1 ball, 2 strike.
That's ripped to right down the line. Cowser hauls it in for the out. 1 down.
Batting up, the third baseman.
So digging in now for Philadelphia, Brett Beatty. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
Going to really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
Next offering is in for a strike. One down, base is empty. That one is upstairs.
0-2 fastball way out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up. Got to stay back. Off speed's probably coming.
The wind to the pitch. Waves at the bender for the strikeout.
Well, classic pitch sequencing there to change eye levels for the punch out. That fastball on the pitch before was up. It was very competitive, and that gets you thinking that he might try to climb the ladder. But then the curveball out of that same tunnel just falls off the table, and you can't make contact.
Turner in the box here lets that one go for a ball. Upstairs. That misses, and it's 3-0.
3-0.
Bryson Stott to bat next. Let's see if he gives him anything to hit here. That's in there, and the count is 3-1. In the air out to center. Robert moves under it and puts the squeeze on that one. And that ends the inning. Game 2 of the World Series. Now it's the DH, Jordan Westburg. Westburg, 27 years old, and he was a second-round pick in 2020. There's a strike.
1 strike.
Just missed. And another ball. Kicks and deals. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Up the middle, Turner. To first, leadoff hitter retired in the fourth.
I love how guys at this level are able to slow the game down, whether it's in the batter's box or on defense. And right there, that was a good job of knowing just how much time he had. We talk about that internal clock. He was able to gather himself, get a good grip, and make an accurate throw across the diamond.
Rutschman in the box with one away as he takes ball one. The Orioles trailing by a run, top half of inning number 4. And that one a little below the knees. Now 2-0. That catches the corner. That's in there. 2-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. One down, base is empty. Battling here as he fouls it away. Here's a 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. 2 away.
Well, obviously that was nowhere near the strike zone by the time it got to the plate. People at home watching are thinking, what's he swinging at? But I'll tell you, some of the break guys snap off these days is just devastating. It can be so tough to recognize where a pitch like that's going to end up.
Luis Robert now. That catches the outside corner. Strike one. That one hit to right. Harper has a beat on it. Drops into the glove. And that is that. Offense held in check there. On now to the bottom of the 4th. It's the Phillies 1 and the Orioles nothing. Back here in Philadelphia. Now it's the second baseman, Bryson Stott.
Right there. Stop.
As the lefty gets to work. That one finds the zone. Strike one. And a strike.
Well, we call that keyhole. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
The pitch.
1 and 2.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Here's a 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Very frustrating right there as a speedy potential base runner. When with 2 strikes, you just struggle to put the ball in play. You don't even have to get a hit at that point. You can help your team just by reaching on an error, but some way you got to find a way to shorten up the swing and put the ball in play next time.
Harper now at the plate as he swings through strike one.
Well, you got to find a way to catch up to that pitch. Perhaps shorten the swing, eliminate the stride. That one came in hot, but right down the middle, you're saying to yourself, how did I miss that pitch? Got to make a quick adjustment.
Fly ball down the line. And it gets into the corner, but it's foul. The line to kick the pitch. Blows the high heat past him. That's a strikeout.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's the cleanup hitter for the Phillies. Pete Alonso went down on strikes his first time through. And it's fouled away. Two down, nobody on. There's a swing and a drive. And it one-hops the wall. Around first and hustling for second. The relay throw. But he's in there easily.
All over that one right there. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Man at second here with two away. So here's the Phillies DH. Kyle Schwarber struck out swinging his first time. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-1.
One strike.
Left-hand hitter waits. Swing and a foul over the screen and back out of play. Snell, one of the best strikeout pitchers in the game, and that certainly is a benefit to him when he's in a spot like this. And a pitch. On the ground to third. Tosses to first. And that is that. Phillies strand one, but they still lead it 1-0. Back here, Citizens Bank Park. And here's the first baseman, Ryan Mountcastle. And he deals. Hard ground ball, base knock. So a man on base to start the inning.
Now batting, third baseman, Matt.
Only 2 hits allowed so far tonight, Boog, so I don't think that one will disrupt his momentum all that much. You know, he's really been on top of his game, commanding his pitches all night long.
Now it's Matt Chapman. He's 0 for 1. Step off throw to first, and he's back in safely.
I think you want to get a one-way lead, be very aggressive in the secondary. This hitter not a power guy, so you want to make sure that you can get some length on the secondary lead and perhaps score the ball in the gap.
In for a strike, 0-1. And fouled off.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Had him out front for strike 3.
It's a good breaking ball there, just off the corner where you can't really do much damage, but it's close enough to where you've got to protect, and he just couldn't find a way to fight it off.
Here's the second baseman, Brendan Rodgers. His first at-bat was a strikeout. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Here's your 1. And a swing and a miss. Mountcastle, the base runner at first with 1 out.
Interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs 1 more out.
Austin Hayes, the next to hit for the Orioles. Grounded out his first time up. And that one fouled off. And that misses off the outside edge.
21.
Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at bat.
Now a high fly ball out to left center. Under it. Hauls it in to end the inning. He continues to roll on the mound as 5 shutout innings are in the books. It's the Phillies 1 and the Orioles nothing. Back here in Philadelphia, John Shelby with my buddy Chris Singleton and set to get us started. Bottom 5, Harry Ford. Snell back to work. Pitch misses, and that's ball 1. Right through there for a strike. On the ground, Rogers throws to first, and the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th.
The left fielder,
Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. Late with the swing there.
Just a bit tardy there. Not sure if he had a hard time picking it up out of the hand or if he was sitting off speed.
Ground ball up the middle. De La Cruz on the run, sends it over to first. Home man for the 5th inning, moving along. 2 quick outs.
the center fielder, Johan.
2 outs, base is empty. Johan Rojas stands in for the Phillies. 0 for 1 so far. Hit in the air, center field. That is the inning. 3 up, 3 down that time. We're through 5. It's the Phillies 1 and the Orioles nothing. And we're back. And now the right fielder, Colton Cowser. And the pitch. And there's the strike.
Oh, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
And here it comes. Going to count 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that one missing low.
He's trying to stay down in the zone, but the hitter just will not chase. Now back in a 2-2 count, he's going to have to go to something else to get him out.
Wouldn't chase that time.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Ellie De La Cruz next to bat for Baltimore. Out to short. Trey Turner gloves it. Rolls across the diamond. And that's 1 out as they get the leadoff hitter in the 6th.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
So back to the top of the Orioles lineup. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Ellie De La Cruz. Swinging a foul straight back.
Now there's a pitch we haven't seen in a while. It's going to be tough on the hitters if he can mix that in whenever he wants.
1 down, base is empty. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. The shortstop takes the ball.
1 and 2.
And another ball. The Orioles down by a run, and we're in the top half of the sixth. That one 95 to finish him off. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
So now the DH spot, Jordan Westburg. And that's off the inside edge. 1-0. And a good eye there.
2 balls, no strike.
Next offering is in for a strike. And that's downstairs and outside. Adley Rutschman waiting on deck for the Orioles. Foul ball.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
2 outs. Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. It's the Phillies 1 and the Orioles nothing. Back at Citizens Bank Park, bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the third baseman, Brett Beatty. The line of the pitch. Just missed. The 1-1. And that one upstairs. Here's a 2-1. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
Just an outstanding job of spinning the baseball, moving it around, doing what he does.
Hit hard on the ground to short. Whips it to Mountcastle. 1 away, bottom of the 6th.
The batter, number 7, shortstop,
Trey Turner now. He's already homered here in this one. Fastball for a strike. It's 0-1.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
And he takes it himself for the out.
now that second baseman, right there.
2 outs, base is empty. Now the number 2 hitter, Bryson Stott. Just missed. And that's in the dirt. 2 down, nobody on. That one missed. Now 3-0.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
And there's the automatic. And he walked him.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is if you are the offensive side of it.
Harper in the box with 2 gone and takes a look at a called strike. At the belt and fires. Fouled off to the right. And the 0-2. And they'll do it again.
Man, he'd like to have that pitch back.
Just misses with that one. Next offering is down low. Stop the runner at first with 2 gone. And that is there. Harper frustrated as he's rung up on strikes. And he lets the plate umpire know it. So no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 man left. We head to the 7th now in game 2. It's the Phillies 1 and the Orioles nothing. All set for the start of the inning. Here's the catcher, Adley Rutschman. And this is a guy that doesn't just impact the game defensively. They count on him to deliver offense.
He's the first guy at the ballpark. He's got to study opposing hitters. He's got to get familiar with his starting pitcher for that night. And he's getting in the cage to take his swings. That's a whole lot, and so many times goes unnoticed.
Just misses. And a count 1-2. Some bullpen action for Philadelphia. Jeff Hoffman up and loosening in the pen. Strong, a left-hander, also throwing. Looking to get the tying run on base. That one misses. Ball 2. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. And a pitch. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And that just misses.
Now in this 3-ball count, down in the ball game, you've got to be very selective. Take your walk if they'll give it to you.
Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk. That's a great at-bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at-bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
Robin, the next to hit, takes low for a ball.
Way to lay out that pitch down. If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Makes the grab, 1 away.
Up next for the Orioles, the first baseman.
And now the first baseman, Ryan Mountcastle. So right-handed slugger at the plate. Chris, he is surprised that the lefty is still in there.
Extremely. I mean, you've got arms down in the bullpen, and there's somebody down there that can match up, try to get out of this jam.
With the tying run on at first, here in the late stages of game 2. And another ball. The pitch.
3 balls, no strike.
At this point in the game, you cannot issue free passes. He's going to have to challenge this hitter. Hitter's got to be ready to swing it.
Matt Chapman waiting for a turn at the plate. Fastball for a strike.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Bert.
And there's ball 4.
Now it might be time to dig into that bullpen. He's looking a little fatigued to me.
The third baseman, Matt.
And here is Matt Chapman.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
That clips the corner.
I really like how he's been attacking hitters early in at-bats. He's thrown strikes in the first pitch to over 70% of the guys he's faced in this one.
One out. The possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. On its way to the corner. Into the corner, but foul. Two on, one out. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
So far, just one of those days for this lineup. You get a couple of runners on, and you're looking at having a big inning, and that strikeout right there just pours water on the fire. Look for the next hitter to step up and try to do something, pick up his teammate and his club.
So first and second with two outs. Brendan Rodgers will hit next. Who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Missed with a changeup, and it's 1-0.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
That's down and in.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
And a pitch. Hammered down the line. Should be extra bases. Here comes Rutschman around third. One runs in. The relay to the plate. He will score, and the Orioles take the lead. It's 2-1.
You know, I was watching his rounds during batting practice today. So impressed with his ability to let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so far, I've seen him stay consistent with his pregame preparation.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Ranger Suarez done for the night, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. Gregory Santos on a pitch out of the pen here.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
So 2 down, and next for the Orioles, Austin Hayes. Right through there for a strike. Man on second, 2 down. That one down the line, and that's just foul. Righty to the plate. Off the mark there. Now 1-2. Runner at second, 2 down. Bounce to the right. Fires over to first. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double. And the home team down a run. This is the World Series on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 7th, and digging in for Philadelphia, Pete Alonso. As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. And this one could be extra bases. Hayes fires it in as the tying run is forced to stop at second.
Well, that's how you respond. The leadoff man comes up, gets in the scoring position. Now, there are several ways that they can get this run across.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Blake Snell won't go any further, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back. So a new arm out of the bullpen for the Orioles, Cionel Perez.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. And next is the designated hitter, Kyle Schwarber. That one misses, and that is ball one.
Well, with both starters out of this ball game, it now becomes a battle of the bullpens and just seeing which manager can match up better and who's able to get to the finish line.
So the tying run at second. Wouldn't chase that time. With a single base runner because of all the power, they are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead. Good hitters count the 2-0.
3 balls, no strikes.
So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it can be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at-bat turns out.
Next offering is in for a strike. Holding on to a 1-run lead here, the bottom of the 7th.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
Left-hand batter waits, and that's ball 4.
Pretty much the last thing you want from your bullpen arms are free passes, especially in spots like this. Make the team earn their way out.
Here's the Phillies catcher, Harry Ford. That to right. Brings it in. Runner tags at second. Throw into third. And he moves up 90 feet. Runners at the corners now. 1 away.
Now back, left field.
2 on, 1 out. And now for the Phillies, Brandon Marsh.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is, I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
That one finds the zone. That's strike 1.
That was the pitch to hit. Four-seam fastball instead of that sinker ball that makes you hit it on the ground. He missed a good one.
1 down. Phillies down a run. And that one fouled off. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Good eye right there.
This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly what the pitcher wants.
Runners are at the corners. 1 away.
Such great concentration. Everybody on their feet, knowing that you can come through with a good swing. And there he doesn't try to do too much.
First and second, 1 out. So digging in now for Philadelphia, Johan Rojas. Pitch misses there. Ball 1.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
That's to third, and he grabs it in foul ground. 1 out. The go-ahead run is at second. Next offering popped in the air, right field. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. And there's 2 away.
Now the third baseman, Brett Beatty.
And digging in for Philadelphia, Brett Beatty. First pitch, and he just misses. In the air, right field, pretty well struck. Cowser going back. Hauls it in on the warning track. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single, and we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece. We go to the 8th. Now it's the right fielder, Colton Cowser. Here comes a pitch. And ball 1. Activity in the bullpen. Joe Barlow, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Brash getting cranked up as well. In the air to left, down the line. Hauls it in, and there's 1 away. Back to the top of the lineup, Ellie De La Cruz. The next to hit for the Orioles. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Swings and pulls it foul to the right side. The wind of the pitch. Slapped hard the other way, but foul. And a swing and a miss. Now 2 away.
Well, there he gets the slider in on his hands, and it just eats him up. It's hard to get the bat around on a pitch like that in tight. You just feel like you're crowded on the inside part of the plate. Can't get any extension. That's what he definitely should have laid off of.
Jordan Westburg, the next to hit for the Orioles. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. All tied up, and we're in the top of the 8th. Swing and a miss. That one at 99. And it's 0-2. Stays alive. Two outs. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Nothing doing this time around for the O's. Score remains 2-2. A new pitcher in the game, John Means. And he has some nasty breaking stuff. So the batting order turns over. And now for the Phillies, Trey Turner. He's already homered in this game. The pitch. That misses the zone, and that's ball 1.
It's good speed at the top of the order here. You want to get it on, see if you can get a stolen base, maybe get around the bases and pick up a run.
foul back our way, and that's out of play. Kicks and fires. And a count 1-2. The pitch. The shortstop takes the ball. Pitch. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. And another ball. Bryson Stott next to bat for Philadelphia. To right, gets there, he's under it, one away.
Well, such a confidence boost for a reliever to come into the ball game and get the first hitter he faces. Just makes everything slow down a little bit, and then from there can really settle in.
Fouled off, he was late. One down, base is empty. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his back down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Next offering is in the dirt. Gets a piece and stays alive. And now the lefty. Got him swinging. 2 away.
I mean, there aren't many curveballs in the sport today that break like that thing does. Huge movement. It's so difficult to get on the same plane and even think about squaring it up, let alone get a piece and hope he throws something else to keep the at-bat alive.
Here's Harper now. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. That one blasted deep to right. Way back there. Up against the wall and brings it in. So they go quietly there. Game 2 heads to the 9th inning. We are tied 2-2. Back here, Citizens Bank Park. We go to the 9th, and now the catcher comes up to him. Adley Rutschman. Santos back to work. That one off the mark. Ball 1.
1-0.
And a good eye there.
When you get to this part of the order, yeah, there's some pop there, but more likely there's some base hits. So very important to be patient. Let the pitcher walk you, if he will.
Luis Robert next to bat for Baltimore. Here's a 3-0. And he walked him on 4 pitches.
Definitely lost the handle during that sequence. 4 pitches for the walk, and that last one didn't even threaten the zone. Catcher might want to go talk to him.
And now it's Luis Robert. Lots of pop at the plate. Outfield playing back almost on the warning track. Right through there for a strike.
Late in the game, everyone gets a little tighter. A way to get ahead on a really good hitter right there.
The go-ahead run aboard at first. Nobody out. Off balance beat. There's one. How about that Double play. And into the box for Baltimore, Ryan Mountcastle. That's to third. Sneaks through, base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive and puts the go-ahead run on base.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock. And you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Runner at first with 2 away. Here's Matt Chapman. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
1 ball, no strike.
This one belted deep left field, on its way, gone. A gigantic blast. And now they're out front. It's 4-2. That one just sounded different.
And it might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch, absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Takes over on the mound.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
So 2 down. Now it's the second baseman, Brendan Rodgers. 1 for 3. First offering, and it just misses. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Right field, down the line, and that one slices foul. Bases empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in here at the top of the 9th. Outside low, 2-2. Wouldn't chase that time. Two down, nobody on. The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
Now batting, the left field.
So up next, Austin Hayes. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
Now batting, right field.
Colton Cowser, the next to hit for the Orioles. Just missed.
1-0.
And another ball.
2-0.
Rogers over at second. Hayes at first. 2 out of the inning. That misses the zone, and that's ball 3. Ellie De La Cruz waiting on deck for the Orioles. Two on, 2 outs. And that is in for a strike. And it's 3-1.
Wow, just a beautiful backdoor slider right there. If you've got any chance of hitting that pitch, you have to wait until the absolutely last millisecond. Just a tough pitch to hit, and not an easy one to throw either.
Swing and a high fly ball down the left field line, but hooking foul. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. He's got it. And that is out number 3. Baltimore with a 2-run shot this inning. It's now 4-2. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the 9th. Yennier Cano.
Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan, more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso.
The first baseman, Pete Alonso.
And a pitch. And a foul ball left side. Cano, an all-star a season ago. He features a sinker, a changeup, a slider, and he works in a 4-seamer. And that's in for a strike.
No need to offer that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Right-handed reliever. The punch out there. A huge out to start the bottom of the 9th.
Well, I definitely say that's a statement strikeout right there. You come out of the bullpen, go right after the hitters, and 3 pitches later, you got 1 out. Tell you what, if you're in the dugout, you're looking at each other and saying, he's going to be tough to get to today.
Next is the designated hitter, Kyle Schwarber. The other way, and he beats the shift. Now he'll turn for second. The throw in. And he'll pull in there with a stand-up double.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Here's the Phillies catcher, Harry Ford. Missed with a changeup, and that's ball 1.
Lots of anxious fans in the ballpark right now. You can feel it.
With the tying run at the plate, here in the last half of inning number 9. And that's in for a strike.
1-1.
Tying run at the plate. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. Fouls it off, still 1-2. The tying run at the plate. Ground ball to the right side. And it's just foul. That was close. Up the middle, De La Cruz. Fires to first on the run, and they're down to their last out.
You want to be a great defense, you have to deliver consistently. It doesn't matter how many highlight reel plays you make if you can't execute the small stuff, just like we saw.
Here's the left fielder, Brandon Marsh, known for his late inning heroics. Fought off foul. Two-run game with 2 away here in the bottom of the ninth. Outside low, 1-1. In the air on the infield, settles under it. And he's got it. Ball game. And the Orioles secure a big road win in Game 2. They even up the series before heading home.
Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching and defense in certain spots. Definitely a fun one to watch.
Here's one final look at the line score from this one, Chris.
It was a close 2-run game, and a couple of key moments just really made the difference. Not much separates these two teams.
And your final 4-2 as the Orioles win this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.
Our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Orioles, 4 runs on 6 hits, no errors. They left 5 runners on base. For Philadelphia, 2 runs on 5 hits, no errors. They left 5 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 49 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance at Citizens Bank Park, 43,651. The Phillies thank you for attending and remind you to please buckle up and drive home safely.